December is the highest income month for most sellers. If you know how to set up your ads correctly, you can generate not only high sales, but also high profit. And this is because December is the month where the expenditure to profit ratio is the most optimal if you know what you're doing. My name is Peter. I've been publishing on Amazon KDP for over a decade. And today I'm joined by Gerald, who is our leading Amazon ads expert inside DP and who has his own ads agency helping multiple publishers running their ads in the most profitable way possible.
Hey guys, welcome to this lesson. It's called Maximizing the Summer Profits, the Harvest Strategy, how to run ads in the final 30 days of the year. All right. Now, something that happens in December is that we're not just getting more sales volume, we also have a better conversion rate. So before, if you have Q4 books or giftable books, you might have needed maybe 8 clicks to get one sale, 6 clicks to get one sale. But now during December, you're probably looking at 4 clicks to get a sale, 3 clicks to get a sale if your book is really good and if it's in a good niche. So this means that your conversion rate is much higher than before, right? Keywords that were expensive before maybe are now high converting gold mines due to buyer urgency. So I'm going to talk about how you can make use of this, how to best use what's happening right now so you can make more money in this month. The idea is to capture specific opportunities without blowing your budget. Number one is the exact match test. There's something that you should do. You're probably doing it without knowing, but it's very good to be intentional about it, right? So for this, we want to be able to take the best keywords from your competitor, keywords that are working right now for your competitor for ranking them, and you want to see if you can take them as exact matches for your ads. So what you can do here is go to Cerebro and Helium 10. You can take one of your top competitors or take many of them and extract the top 5 to 10 keywords that they are ranking for and use them as your own, but as an exact match. This works for me many times. And it doesn't work for every keyword, but if I take a list of 5 or 10 keywords, then I might get 1 or 2 exact keywords that can continue performing well for me as exact matches. And the beautiful thing about exact matches is that they will help my book rank way more for the keyword, which is what I'm looking for, right? So when you want to do this, you want to activate a new exact match campaign keyword, sponsor product keyword ad, right? And we want to start off with very aggressive bids, usually at around $2, because we will be bidding for the top of search result or the top of search placement. So whenever we start these keywords for exact campaigns, we are not thinking, oh, I want to go for like $1 bids or 80-cent bids. We want to ideally just see if we can get the top result for the search result, if we can be one of the top placement ads and be able to retain that. Because if that happens, it gives us the biggest ROI for our investment, right? We want to test to see if we are worthy of top of search placement in the ads side. And this can help us rank organically better for that keyword as well. So let me show you what this looks like very briefly. For this, we can go on Helium 10 and we want to take your competitor. Your competitor can be whatever book is very similar to yours, but perhaps is ranked a bit more than yours is. Let's see an example. All right, so let's pretend that I'm doing this book. It's called Christmas Stories for Kids. Let's pretend that I'm competing with Bernard Tate. So what I would do here is I would take the ASIN and I would go on Helium 10 and I would go to Cerebro. Helium 10 is a tool for people that sell on Amazon. In my opinion, it's the best tool that exists in the marketplace. And you can here put in the ASIN of a competitor and the marketplace that you want to research this book under, and it will tell you what keywords it's ranking for in this marketplace. And I can see all of these keywords here. I can see every single keyword, how many keyword sales do they have per day attributed to this search, the search volume, the volume trend, and how well it's ranking for these. So this book is ranking #1 for Christmas stories 8 to 12. So if I was a competitor and I also had a collection of stories for children ages 8 to 12, then it might be worth it for me to take all of the keywords is ranking in the top 5 results in organic and use them as exact match keywords. So what I can do here is go up and put organic rank 1 minimum, at most 5. And these are the keywords he's ranking for the most, right? Organic rank from 1 until 5. So that means if you look up this keyword, he should be ranking number one organically. And here he is. These are all sponsored product placements, and this is the one organic rank, and he's number one, right? And this is what Helium is telling us. He's ranking number one for this keyword. So this is a very valuable keyword, and it's also very valuable information for us as competitors. So what we can do here is select all of these and then click on export data and copy to clipboard. Now we have copied all of these keywords, right? And you want to paste this somewhere, perhaps in a notepad, as I'm doing now. So I'm pasting this in a notepad, and we want to create now an exact match campaign targeting all of these keywords with $2. So in order to do that, you would go here at Amazon Ads, click on Create Campaign, click on Standard Ad, and then you would choose your book. What I like to do particularly is put in the name of a book. So for instance, Christmas Stories, then type in keyword exact. Then I can put in the ASIN of my book and how much royalty it gives me. Let's pretend that this book gives me a $4.20 royalty. So this would be my naming convention for this particular campaign that I'm creating. Now, something to distinguish this from other exact campaigns, I can put in here H10, basically so that I know that this is a Helium 10 list of keywords. It's extracted from Helium 10, so they're very high intent exact keywords, right, that I do want to test out. And yep, I can take this. And now what I can do in the keyword targeting part, I can simply just take my keywords and just paste them here. And I want to go in with a very strong bid of at least $2, right? To see if it works or if it doesn't work. And I want to be able to do that really fast. And I want to see in the course of the next 3 to 7 days if it worked or didn't, and keep the ones that worked. And that's it. Let me give you an example of when you find something that actually works. So this is a campaign with an exact keyword that I found like this. And this keyword is right here, and it's getting me a 55% ACOS. I would say that it is working, even though that the ACOS is a bit higher than usual. I'm losing a little bit of money with this particular keyword. However, it is helping me keep my SEO rank for this particular search. And that for me is very important. So that's why I would say it is working for me. It doesn't necessarily have to get you to complete break even. This exact keyword strategy can make you lose a little bit of money, and that's okay as long as you end up ranking for that keyword. So that will be the exact match test. Now, there are also other things that you can do. So for example, if you are doing this exact match test and if you see sales or profit, total break even or very slight losses, I would keep it. If you're seeing a little bit of profit, maybe raise bids gradually so that you're at total break even with the keyword. Just having this keyword turned on constantly for your top of search placement will make it so that your book, it has a lot more visibility and it ranks organically better as well. Now, if it doesn't perform in a 5 to 7 day window, turn it off immediately. This is a hit or miss strategy. It's very good that you know this. Now, let's talk about tactic number 2. Gross royalty versus ACOS, right? So there is a trap that happens every once a year during these festivities, is that everyone wants a low ACOS, and not necessarily a low ACOS is the best ACOS. Sometimes just having a little bit of a higher ACOS can make your gross royalty per day grow. And if your gross royalty grows a little bit, then your net profit can actually grow as you are raising your bids. So this truth also happens, right? This is something that also happens. The more you raise your bids, particularly for good keywords, keywords in which you have very low ACOS, the more your ACOS in general will go up. But at the same time, it's more likely that your gross royalty also goes up. And as a consequence, your net profit goes up as well. Therefore, it is worth having a higher ACOS if it increases your gross royalty and therefore increases your net royalties per day, right? So never run ads in a vacuum. Always check your total royalty. I want you to always go and publish your chat and see how much you're spending. If your ACOS goes up the next day, if you are making more gross royalty, that might actually be a good thing. Whenever you regulate ads, I would avoid regulating ads in a vacuum. That means that I always regulate my ads. At the same time, I'm looking at Publisher Champ, and at the same time, I'm going on Amazon and seeing if I'm ranking for anything. So I'm doing 3 things at once, right? If I were just to regulate ads without looking at Publisher Champ or without looking at rankings, it wouldn't make sense. I would actually end up making very bad decisions because the metrics from Amazon ads aren't the end of everything. What is the end of everything is your net royalty per day, and that is also dependent on how much your gross royalty grows. and how much your total ad spend grows in relation to that. And it can grow even if you have a higher ACOS. So always look at all three things at once: your ads, your gross royalty on publisher champ, and also how well you are ranking, right? Finally, right now you have 30 days left, or maybe less if you're watching this video later on. I would urge you to keep on looking at publisher champ, right? Right now, December is to take profits. So you do want to raise your ACOS, but only if your if your gross royalties is going up as well. If not, then make sure to go a bit more on the defensive, right? Do not try to go too much. Do not try to push or rank aggressively during December, because that should have been done on November. Right now, it is time to take profits and to raise your ACOS gradually. So what do I mean by raising ACOS gradually? Let me give you a good example. So right now I'm inside a publisher champ, and I'm going to go here into marketing tools and ads monitoring. What I want to invite you to do is that when you go on ads monitoring, I want you to select a time range. Perhaps it can be the last 7 days, right? You can check the last 7 days or last 2 weeks, whatever you decide, and the main market you want to see this in. So perhaps we can check the United States. And this will give us a relation of every book that we have, and also what is the net royalty, what is the gross royalty, what is the ad spend, etc. What I want you to look at is this metric called overall ROI. And you will be able to see in order which books are giving you the most ROI. So for example, you can see here this book is bringing in maybe in the last 7 days I spent $1 and I made $20 back. This is very good. This is telling me that, hey, I can maybe increase this. I can maybe create more ads for this. My ACOS here is 4%, right? So I'm identifying which books in my catalog are giving me the highest ROI right now, and I can do this per marketplace. Like this other book here, it's more of a Q4 book. I spent on this one around $2. I made it $3.40 in gross royalties. I can definitely push this a bit further, or maybe I can regulate this a bit more. We have a book that I spent $3 and made 11 royalties. This one I could maybe push a bit more. I have one book that registers about $2 spent and about $200 in gross royalty. So definitely I could be focusing more on this one. This one here has $5 spent on ads and 21.96 gross royalties, right? So this is a good way to find out where you're getting the best returns in your catalog, and perhaps create more campaigns for that book in whatever marketplace you find them in. And this is a good strategy to apply throughout all of December. So you're always looking at what books and what market are producing more money, create more ads for those books, create those ads in a very conservative manner without very high bids, just regular bids or lower bids, so that you're pushing what is making you the most money now. I hope that was helpful. So your December action plan looks a bit like this. You might want to take and test high bid exact targets, especially for your best performing books, because right now you might be able to find 1 or 2 keywords that perform really well and that help your book go up tremendously in gross royalties and help increase your net profit for the month. If you're able to find a few of these targets that work, you can raise the temperature. You can increasingly raise the bid on your best keywords. Anything with lower, I would say not even 50% ACOS. Let me correct this. Okay, that's a bit better. Anything lower than 30% ACOS, you want to raise the bids by 5 cents, because we want to be able to continue maximizing the push without going into unnecessary loss. Then we have watch gross royalty, right? You want to see what your gross royalty is looking like, what is your daily net, and if your daily net is improving, then your ACOS is not as important as you think. Finally, take profits. We want to do this a small test. We want to raise the temperature, but always prioritize your net royalties per day, right? This is a time to harvest the sales from the work you've already done. And ideally, you've been pushing on November, so now we can start taking profits without any remorse. So hopefully that was helpful, guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next lesson.